Last time you were here, you just finished the Claridge's show in India.
Yeah.
And you had an exhibition coming up a couple of months later.
Yeah.
Tell me everything that's happened since then.
There's always room to make it better, right? Like, of course it's looking good, but like, you have to make it look the best or your best.
It's something I haven't seen for a long time. I do appreciate sculptures a lot.
My work has to go somewhere. It's not made to sit in my studio, or it's not made to sit in my bedroom, you know, it has to go somewhere. So the question is how. How, then your answers are London Art Exchange, or doing shows in Delhi and Bombay, or Bonhams. These bodies give you your answers.
Hi there, my name is Charles, curator here at the London Art Exchange. Welcome back to BrushyWorthy. We have a great episode here because we've invited someone back who is a familiar face with us. She's one of our sculptors. She's fantastic. Her name's Niyamat Mehta. Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
It's been like a year and a half since I last saw you, right? I mean, obviously we've had a bit of a catch up before this, but it's been a year and a half since I last saw you.
We've been very busy ourselves.
Well, you've been busy.
You've
been busy. Hang on a minute. So last time you were here, you just finished the Claridge's show in India.
Yeah.
And you had an exhibition coming up, I think a couple of months later.
Yeah.
Tell me everything that's happened since then. Tell me about the exhibition first.
I'll fill you in.
Yeah, let me know the deets.
The deets are, I had my second solo exhibition, which featured 30 sculptures, which was held at Bikaner House in Delhi. And the show went really well. We got a good number of sales up our sleeves. The works went to good collections. And I mean, we saw a great footfall as well. So like we opened with about 300 people on the first day.
Nice.
And the show continued for 5 days, and we had about 100 people walk-ins, which was really nice.
Congratulations.
No, thank you so much. It's a really good feeling.
So I also hear your works have recently been put in some pretty big and pretty prominent collections over in India. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How does it feel? Because we spoke about this last time and it was something you were looking to do, and it's happened, it's still happening.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? What's going on? Tell me all the details. You know, again, I want to know everything.
Well, I see, it also reminds you why you do what you do.
Yeah.
I don't want to create work to put it in my studio or to decorate it for the sake of the sculpture being ready. It has to land somewhere. It has to land at a good place, and that's it. I mean, you create the sculpture, you have to have a goal.
Yeah.
There has to be a destination to it, you know. And so the journey starts in the studio, and then it has to land up somewhere.
What's the hardest part of that journey for you?
I think every stage has their hindrances.
Yeah.
I mean, sculpting has its own.
Of course.
And yet knowing where the sculpture has to go, which show to put what sculpture in, it has to matter. For example, like these sculptures here, I wouldn't put them in my September exhibition because it doesn't go with the theme. And in very blunt, blatant language, like, you know, we're not running a factory that you put whatever in.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I agree though. Like, self-appreciation for your works is very important, I think, as an artist in any right, be that a sculptor, be that a painter. But I also think like acknowledging, like, you know, you're always going to love your creations.
Absolutely, but
knowing what's right to put where is the most important part.
You have to be critical. That's the only way to grow. And I think being too nice to yourself, or like, oh, you know, but that's looking good. I mean, yeah, of course it's looking good, but there's always room to make it better. Right? Like,
I
of
know
course
what you
it's
mean.
looking good, but like you have to make it look the best or your best.
And I suppose for you, one of the sentiments I walked away from the last podcast with was, you do have that like constant self-improvement mindset of, okay, I've done this, how can I go, even if it's just a bit further than that, how do I go further?
Yeah, you have to like, I think something I learned while I was training in Italy is to level up your work every day. Like you have to walk out of your studio feeling, okay, but this is what I did today. You have to take a step forward, and that's how you reach eventually your desired collector.
Yeah. And I know for you, putting things into the right hands is really important.
Yeah.
Putting your pieces into the right hands is really important for you.
I mean, that's like working with the London Art Exchange, right?
Yeah.
Like, for example, like I know that my work is in good hands to be sold to the right folks.
Yeah.
The clientele here is really good. The collectors that walk in here are very good as well. So you feel safe as an artist. The same thing went with, I mean, then Bonhams happened after that, right? Like after September, then we had Bonhams, which was my auction debut.
That's what I wanted. Another thing I really wanted to talk about. Actually, sorry to cut you off, but am I right in saying, because I read this somewhere, you are the youngest artist ever exhibited with Bonhams?
Yeah.
That's really cool. First of all, how did that make you feel? Or did you not? Or did you try not to pay too much attention to that statistic?
I mean, I think it's normal that you don't want to pay too much attention to. But when you walk into a room with like masters like Hussain and Mehta and Souza as well, like you're like, oh wow, I am in the same gallery. Which it's a big moment. It's moving as a young emerging artist. I think it's very moving because it's also a different market. It's the secondary market. Like right now, my work primarily was in the primary market, you know, through galleries and selling work on my own and from my studio. But at the same time, like Bonhams is Bonhams. It's a 200-year-old auction house on Bond Street.
They're like one of the big three. I mean,
it's Sotheby's, Christie's, and Bonhams.
It's cool. You are dead cool for that.
Oh, no, thank you.
You like eternally have my respect. But was it a bit of a pinch me moment as well? Was it like, wow?
It was. Like I was like, oh shit, like this is actually happening. So we're gonna do the second auction on the 2nd of June.
Okay.
Which you must come for.
Oh, I absolutely will.
Yes.
I've got some friends at Bonhams, so I'm gonna get, after we're done here, I'm gonna get on the phone to them and be like, why wasn't I invited to the first one, you know? But okay, so one of the other things I wanted to cover with you, because obviously you've been a busy bee, you've been very busy. How do you manage your burnout? Because
the burnout.
I mean, I'm a curator. Sometimes I've hung so many pieces in a day, I can't think about hanging another one.
Yeah.
I can't think about any more art for the day, and it's like I've totally reached my bandwidth. I need to head home.
Yeah.
How are you managing your burnout? Because obviously you've seen a massive increase, not only in your sales and in the public interest on your art, but you've also seen, from what you were telling me before the podcast, a massive increase in your personal commissions.
Yeah.
How do you manage that for yourself? How do you keep yourself motivated?
I think it's very important to take breaks and to like get out of your studio, because as an artist, I think you have a personality, most artists do, that you don't want to leave your workspace, which is fine. I mean, I'm in my workspace all day, like 6 days a week. I think it's absolutely fine. But at the same time, you want to take a break, let's say every quarter. In every 90 days, I think it's okay to like say, okay, I want to go away for the weekend, or like I want to go here, I want, like whatever. Just like, it's very important to give yourself a change. And I think it's also like important to unwind after your day, and how you do it also like sort of reflects, like either you go hang out with your friends, or you go home, you watch TV or whatever, like just calm down after the day. Because the thing is, the art world is you would know, I mean, you're in it as much as I am. It's a very cutthroat environment for an artist as well, and even for a curator. It's not an easy place to be, because the moment you are presenting your work to somebody, it's being judged, and you like it or not. I think as I have grown in the art world, I've also come to realize that it's not important for everybody to like my work. It's fine if you don't. It's totally fine.
It's the age-old saying, art is subjective.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Which is true. It's true. It's not wrong.
It's very subjective, and it's okay for somebody to say, listen, this is not working for me, and it's fine. It's okay. And the more I think you spend time in the art scene, visiting, I don't want to say visiting galleries and exhibitions, but I think with artists directly and curators like yourself who've been around for a while, or I want to say been around the block, you'll understand this better. Like, it's okay. It's not that deep.
What's your favorite thing to do unwind at the moment?
Well, right now I went skiing, so that was really fun.
Okay, nice. I
Yes.
ski as well.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I was in Switzerland. That was really fun.
Good ski.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see, it's an activity. It's rejuvenating after you've had like an intense couple of months at the studio, and I'm starting on a new collection as well. It's nice to.
It's physical activity is what tires you out.
Yeah,
I mean, last
it
time I
does.
went, I was so me and my family, we were staying in a little sort of hotel chalet thing. But at the end of each day, you're getting back, you are so shattered. The boots are coming off, the gloves are
Yeah.
coming off. You're getting out of the full gear, and you're sitting on the sofa,
Yeah.
like you're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
But there's something so relaxing about that tiredness, if you know what I mean. It's not a normal tiredness.
It
It's a
feels
satisfying
good.
one.
It
Yeah,
feels
you're
good.
right. Yeah. So you mentioned a new collection.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's very early. I've only completed like 2 sculptures from the collection right now, and I'm like not rushing it as much because I like to take my time. So like
Yeah.
the September exhibition the collection took about 6 to 8 months to come together, which is a long time sometimes. It does take time. It's on ballerinas. So the concept is very similar to the old one in many ways. So I'm inspired again by classical art, but at the same time putting my own touch to it by adding very detailed motifs to
Yeah.
the sculptures. I think some of them are already up on Instagram, so you can see them. But yeah.
And how are you, this is just a question for myself really, not so much for the podcast, but how are you studying anatomy to allow you to, continue to improve in sculpting? Because, I mean, I remember the first delivery we took as a gallery of one of your sculptures compared to what I've been seeing recently. I won't say it's like a whole different sculptor, but it's a massive evolution from where you were at even a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
How are you studying to continue that improvement? What are you doing
The thing is, I
top up?
studied anatomy very deeply when I was at Florence Academy.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Do you miss Florence?
I do. I think I was actually planning to go there for the weekend, but that's not happening. It's not working with too many things happening here with like the summer thing in Bonhams and, this so many
Exciting,
things.
man. Really exciting.
Lots happening here. So I've studied anatomy.
Yeah.
And at the same time, at this point, you don't want to make things perfect. It looked like student work.
Yeah.
You don't want to make it look like that. Like, you want to make your work look organic, technically sound, which if you've been trained well, you can do it with the reference of a book. Yeah.
One of the things we spoke about last time, this is a bit of a different topic, but kind of the same. You mentioned that you're always inspired by different artists.
Yeah.
One thing I want to know is kind of like a check-in almost. Last time, I think you said you were currently really inspired by a lot of Dali's works.
Yeah.
Who's inspiring you now? Is it still Dali, or are you finding other artists creeping in?
I'm really inspired by Rodin.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. There's a very interesting.
You mentioned Rodin last
Yes.
time as well.
Because, I was in Paris a few weeks ago and I revisited the Rodin Museum. One thing about his work that I find very magical, and I don't see it in other artists' work, is that there's only the right amount of detail.
Yeah.
It's not overdone. You can see thumbprints on it. Even on the bronzes, like it's all there. It's very raw. It's not screaming for attention. And I like it.
One of the things, sorry, you mentioned about how raw a lot of these sculptures are. Yours are also very raw, by the way, but it's funny you mention that because I've noticed recently a lot of the sculpture work I'm seeing out there is like oddly perfect, if you know what I mean. Like it's perfectly proportioned in terms of like, let's say we take a human face. One of the things I really like that you do is you play with that lack of symmetry.
Yeah.
And that really makes it so natural. Whereas what I'm seeing now, it is like a perfect mirror on either side, if you know what I mean. It's smooth edges. You see the thumbprints in your work.
Yeah.
You see that someone's hands have been on this thing.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to, I suppose, cover with regards to that is how do you keep that detail through the casting process? Because
well, you're saying when you're talking about my sculptures looking very raw, one
Yeah.
thing I am thinking about while I'm sculpting is I want to have fun.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I know what you
like,
mean.
I'm playing music while I work. Like, I don't want to be like mega serious. Like,
What are you listening to at the moment?
there's a lot of jazz going on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of jazz happening, a lot of like classical piano and stuff. Like, it's quite nice. My studio is a very calm space.
Yeah.
It's not chaotic. It's not like super messy. It's just the right amount of things everywhere. Like, I can't really think in a mess at all.
Do you try to keep your studio really clean? Or,
Yeah.
Is that more of a...
It's a conscious
Yeah.
decision
Yeah.
because I don't like things everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
I just feel like I can't think. And I don't, even in my studio in Florence, I remember like it was clean. Like it's Florence, at Florence Academy, taking that into account. I used to
Yeah.
like go like 15 minutes early just to like clean up my space. And so that before our class would start, I would just, okay, like, you know, you can think for the next 4 hours.
Sort of
now.
have all your tools lined up and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
I mean, I think that's good though, because you like, then on one hand, you can grab anything at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
But also I find with a good lack of too many things going on,
It's also
it
like
allows you to be a bit
also
more
like
creative.
respect to the work you're doing, right?
Of course,
like,
yeah.
If
And
you
the
have
space
like,
you're in.
and the space you're in, if you have a million things everywhere, like how do you think?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like, you know, you're trying to bake a cake, but like you don't know where the flour is.
It's not very good cake if you don't have the flour.
Exactly. You don't know where the sugar is. Like,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
It was Christmas time just passed. Me and my partner, she really wanted to make Biscoff blondies, and I mean it was Christmas Day,
Yeah.
and so she was like, I really want to make these blondies, and she made me basically disassemble the kitchen to try and find some ingredients because she really wanted brown sugar.
Yeah.
Didn't have any. Still sent me out. Still sent me out. She didn't care. She was like, no, go out and find me some brown sugar. I was, okay, all right, fine, yeah. Sure thing, darling, you know. One of the things I want to ask you, just about your works currently. Last time you were here, you spoke about doing larger works and wanting to get into that larger format piece. Now, obviously, the pieces next to us at the moment are, I call them tabletops. Is that the
Yeah.
right term for them? I know you have done a few big pieces, though. Tell me about them. Tell me your process in doing something that is obviously a lot larger than what you're used to working with.
I think we talked about this in the previous podcast.
Yeah.
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah.
The process is exactly the same.
Really?
Yeah, the only difference is the scale, if you ask me very bluntly, because I treat a smaller sculpture the same way I would treat a very large sculpture. Yes, a larger sculpture requires more care. You're using a lot more material for it. I mean, for my large horse, we used about 100 kilos of clay just for the sculpture.
How much bronze did you use for it then?
You were almost 80 kilos of bronze. And then the marble base is 150 kilos.
My
So you're
God.
touching 200 kilos with that piece.
Was that fun to ship?
Yeah, it's been sold, so it's going to be fun to pack.
Oh, it's not packed yet. Good luck.
It's in my studio, so it has to go. The collector's home wasn't ready, so we're just gonna.
Fair enough.
So
Is it staying in country or are you having
country.
to? Okay, so it's not too bad. You're going to make a crate for it and all of that. Cool.
I mean, we have professionals do it, so
Yeah, yeah. What's your favorite part at the moment about creating your works?
creating the work.
Yeah. What's your favorite bit, like out of the whole? Because we spoke about the process from like
Yeah.
idea inception all the way to it being placed in a home.
I think it's a lot. I don't think I have one answer for this, to be honest, because there's a lot happening in when it comes to sculpture for me right now. So on one hand, I can say, oh, but it's doing a show in Dubai this year. You know, that's exciting.
That is exciting.
That is exciting. Or, oh, I have a really fun commission to start working on. That's really exciting. Or I'm working on this new collection. That's really fun. Planning a new show with London Art Exchange is really fun as well. Like I don't think I have one answer for it, but there are a lot of fun, exciting
Elements to what you do, yeah.
to it. So it's nice.
Is there one piece that you've made in the past year and a half that stands out to you? I mean, obviously there was the piece that was sold with Bonhams. That's going to be a serious piece for you. But is there anything that stands out to you, maybe technically or artistically?
I think the big horse I did is called Frontline, the one I've been talking about, because it was really big.
Yeah.
And
is it the biggest one you've done so far?
Well, I've done a bigger one. It's 6 feet tall that I did at Florence Academy as my final project. But then you're still a student at the time, right? You're not really thinking as a professional. But now when you start thinking, okay, you're thinking, okay, this piece has to go into a show. It's going to be sold. Who's it going to be sold to? You're thinking about like 10 other things. I mean, it's fine. It's exciting. It's great. But it was massive.
How do you find balance between, just out of interest, how do you find balance between the business side of what you do and the artistic side of what you do?
There has to be a line.
How do you draw that line and keep it?
Because, see, as an artist, I always think about this, what I was telling you earlier as well. Like, I'm always thinking about my work has to go somewhere. It's not made to sit in my studio or it's not made to sit in my bedroom, you know, it has to go somewhere. So the question is how.
The question is how.
How, then your answers are London Art Exchange or doing shows in Delhi and Bombay or Bonhams. And these bodies give you your answers. Because you have to work with people who you trust as an artist and also people who are up there in the game, you know. You can't be loose strings, how you say.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And also, I think just with one note, like currently in my opinion, the art market is in a fantastic place, so much so that, you know, we're seeing a massive influx of new people getting into art, getting into collecting.
Young collectors.
A lot of young collectors, What I'm finding is there's this sentiment of like, you know, before people used to only buy art if they really like it. A lot of people now are buying for investment purposes. A lot of people are buying for corporate, you know, like we deal with a few, you know, family offices and such looking to invest in stuff like that. Obviously, they're not picking up these pieces to appreciate them. And I think you're one of the really big things I appreciate about you is you do care where your art goes. You're not just going to sell it to someone that's going to stick it in a cupboard. You're going to, you want to present that art to someone who is going to cherish it and enjoy it as much as you've enjoyed making it.
Exactly, because something I realize, a term I like to use in my own head is like, many times you're shopping for a good collector.
Yes.
So, you know, if you have a piece and there are many people showing interest on it, choose the best.
Yeah, choose the best one.
Why settle for something or why settle for a collector who's not going to push your work ahead?
Yeah.
You know, because you do have those. Like, for example, if I have a sculptor who I'm getting in, who is willing to promote the art further, you know, my sculpture further, not in terms of social media, not in terms of putting it up in a gallery, but in terms of he's telling me like, listen, I'm going to like resell it in like 5 years. Okay, that's great. And because that opens up a secondary market for me. Versus somebody who's saying, I want to buy it because I like it. Okay, that's great. I will take that into consideration, but I will weigh out my options.
Yeah.
Like, you see where I'm coming from? Like, you want to, if you're putting in your love, energy, and training and your knowledge into something, you also want to see results.
It's a lot like curation, I think.
It is.
What you said there, it's like,
you have to join the puzzle, right? Like you have to join the dots.
There's been times I've had a spot on the wall that I know I need to fill and I've got options to fill it, but it's just about there is one side of me that is what feels right.
Yeah.
But there's also, you got to think about that, what actually makes sense to put there. You know, it's all well and good putting up a piece that looks very nice, but if it has no real value in terms of collectability for the people that are going to see it, then you're not putting it up on the right wall.
Yeah, exactly. So that's something I did for my September exhibition as well.
Yeah.
I had one thing in mind that, the photos are all over Instagram, that whoever's walking into the gallery, I want them to see the frontline sculpture, which is the big horse, to be the first sculpture they see as they enter. And that's how we kind of moved it around, that's what we did. First sculpture as you entered.
Have you got any funny stories? Because obviously you've been doing a lot of commissions recently. Have you had any weird commissions? Any funny stories come from that?
Well, I have a new one coming up, and it's from Dubai.
Okay.
It's really interesting because the gentleman, he's fascinated by space.
Okay.
And he likes the moon and stuff. And they were building a new home. So he's like, can you create something? Because I have to know the collector well enough when I'm doing something, commission based, because it's personal to them. I'm like, okay, sure. So I was like, I can think about, there's a song, Walking in the Shadows of the Moon.
Yeah, I know the song.
Whitesnake.
Yeah.
So I was listening to this song right on my way home from work one day, and I was like, there you go.
There you go.
I was like, this is an idea.
Now.
I was like, I can execute it in a way. I can make a sketch of it. I can draw it on my iPad, like an AI drawing or something. I can do something. But I was like, I love the idea of walking in the shadows of the moon.
Yeah.
So.
Do you find music often inspires what you make?
Sometimes.
Depend what you might be listening to, or what mood you're in, and then also what you're listening to.
Yeah, it depends. It's very rare that I listen to EDM or something. That's almost never. But even the new rappers that are coming out today, our generation, I think they're very good. Some of them, I forget the names, I just can't remember, but some of them are
Me too.
really...
Don't worry, we're in the same boat. It's always Lil something.
Yeah, but the older music, we're talking about Whitesnake, Aces.
Yeah. I'm talking about music briefly. I'm a guitar player myself.
Yeah,
so
you did mention.
I find that with music, I have a real distinct appreciation for the old stuff, because you didn't have the technology you have now.
Yeah.
There's computer programs now that you can type a couple of things and it makes a song for you.
Yeah.
Whereas, you go back to the 70s and it was right, I need to get 30 people together and, spend $250,000 on a studio before we can do something proper.
Yeah.
So obviously so much more effort was going into it.
Absolutely.
Similarly with the art market now, one of the trends I've noticed is if you compare art to, from the Renaissance period, so much technicality went into those works, so much effort went into those works, and just into the materials it makes to create those works.
Yeah.
Nowadays, obviously, it's a lot easier, but then I come across artisans like yourself who keep those traditional methods alive.
Yeah.
We spoke about this last time, but the marble, you source it from the same quarry that the Taj Mahal marble was sourced from. Keeping these elements of history in your works, is that something that's important to you?
Absolutely. It's very easy, I think, sourcing a cheaper material, because in hindsight, I'll make more money.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But what am I...
It's like going on Alibaba and seeing a bronze metal statue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But why do I have to, what am I saving if I can't even deliver the best? As an artist who's been trained in a good school, and I've been working now for a couple of years, I want to deliver the best. And I want to make the collector happy. I have one thing that I keep in mind: whoever comes into my studio should never leave unhappy.
That's a really good sentiment to have,
yeah.
First and foremost.
Because you're walking into my workspace. It's a space that I spend the whole day. Whether you're coming to buy work or whether you're just coming to say hi.
You want to keep the vibes good.
Yeah, you just want to see them happy.
I get that. I've been in a situation where I put in loads of, this is when I was early on, I put in loads of effort into curating, a little exhibition or something, and then sort of see people walk in and they're kind of going, yeah, that's nice, and then walk out. That was a bit soul destroying, I'll be honest. But also I found then, you're absolutely right, focusing on not just doing your job correctly, because, you know, I know what I'm doing. I can curate all day, but curating for other people, for their enjoyment, I find there is a real beauty in that. And I find, especially, I think you can synergize with this, having respect for the client you haven't met yet when you create a piece is something that's like really important.
Yeah.
And so for me, I think of that when I curate, you know, I don't know who's going to walk in, but whoever does walk in, I want them to love what they see.
Yeah.
I've got to respect the people that I haven't met yet.
Exactly.
To win them over, as it were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I think a big part of it is you have to have fun while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
You can't, I don't think, like, see, the art world is obviously, like, I mean, I've said it before, it's very cutthroat. It's not an easy place to be, especially for artists today. You have to have fun in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have to have a good playlist.
How do you keep it fun? I mean, other than the music and all of that, having a bit of a dance around the studio.
I have fun while I'm sculpting.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping me, and it's just me and my music in my studio. It's amazing. Like,
And you just find you just sort of get in the zone and you...
Yeah.
Okay,
A
fair
nice
enough.
coffee, good music, a nice sculpture, hopefully that's going to happen.
Hopefully. No, you do good stuff.
Thank you.
Your sculptures are, it's something I haven't seen for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I do appreciate, you know, sculptures a lot. I'm a big, like Babylonian sort of sculptures and stuff like that. But with your works, especially with like the current market, there's not many people doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You have, you know, you really care about the work you do.
Yeah.
And I think it's a huge testament to yourself as an artist, that growth you're seeing. I mean, you can always look at the increase in prices of your works constantly going up. But I also think what's really amazing to see is that's not your only metric for success.
Yeah.
One of your main metrics, correct me if I'm wrong, is, I don't like calling it customer satisfaction, but the satisfaction of the end buyer, of the collector.
It's great.
And I think for me also, I find that rewarding when I curate something, or when I find a piece for, you know, one of the clients here that have been looking for it for a while. I really appreciate about you as a sculptor.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to be having this opportunity where we work with you so closely, and where we get to, as a business, support you in being the best you can be.
Oh, thank you.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's even like when I got the call yesterday that you were coming in, I jumped with excitement. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen this girl in a year and a half. And that's literally what I said to the team. I was like, oh, I haven't seen her in ages. Oh, when's she coming in? And even today, like I couldn't sit still in my seat, because it's like,
so
what do I want to
sweet.
ask her? Like, we have so much to catch up on.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've had this opportunity to
No,
catch
I'm so
up.
happy we have.
One thing I'd really like for you to do is tell the people watching what's coming up for you next. What are you excited to do in the art market over the next couple of years, or at least until we can next get you in here? I know you're busy, so you'll have to make time at some point, but
Of course.
tell us what's going on. Tell us what's next.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
So we've got this new collection that started.
Yeah.
We're planning a show in Dubai at some point this year. I'm also talking to a couple of folks in Bombay to do a show with them in Delhi. So all in all, there is a lot happening, and I think the best way to keep in touch with all this is via Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I'm very actively posting the updates, so I think that's a good way to keep in touch.
100%.
And I think that's what's happening. And of course, talking to Aaron at LAX to do a show.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
point, yeah.
No, absolutely. I'm excited as well, because I might get the opportunity to come out and visit you. I'd love to.
Nice,
Yeah,
you
I'd love
should.
to see your studio as well.
You should.
I want to get a trip out there. I think it would be great for everyone watching to see what a studio like yours is like. You know, especially you keep it very neat, so it's good for filming as well. But also like just the opportunity to not just talk to you.
Yeah.
I want to see you in your element. I want to see you working, because I think that is where you really step into your own.
Yeah.
So with that, thank you everyone for watching. New episode coming soon.
Well, thank you.